It's funny how things work. I was over at my son's house, and his wife is an esthetician and nail artist, and she was doing my nails. And my son works from home, and he was at his desk, and he was just talking. I don't even know what exactly he said. Something about his bookmark bar. He got his bookmarks bar all organized. I was intrigued. He is one of the most organized people that I know. And I went over when I finished getting my nails done and was like, okay, show me your bookmarks bar. And he started showing it to me. And I'm like, I want my bookmark bar to look like that. How do you do that? Oh, look, that. Oh, wow. He was just showing me what he did. And I don't know if it was that night, but I got my computer and I just played on my bookmarks bar, and it is so organized. I am loving it. So I thought, I got to share this. I have to share this with you. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Are you ready to work less, feel more organized and productive, streamline repetitive tasks, and implement systems that allow your coaching business to run smoothly even without you? If so, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Organized Coach Podcast, your go-to source for practical tips and solutions. I'm your host, Tracy Hoth, professional organizer, certified life coach, simplifying expert, and most of all, down-to-earth fellow coach just like you. No matter if you think you're missing the organizing gene, have ADHD, or just love anything organizing, I'm here to help you become an organized coach with a business that works for you. Pull up a seat and let's get started. Have you gotten your idea tracker and your client tracker? Two easy things to get to start getting organized in your business and in your life. So get those. The links are in the show notes. And to learn to organize your digital files, there is a workshop in there that's free. You can watch the replay. And the first episode, I think, of this podcast teaches you how to organize your digital files. And then that workshop replay shows you visually exactly what to do. And I walk you through that. So make sure you have those things on your list to do scheduled on your calendar. Okay, I love when I organize in person. I love because I help someone and then it motivates me. I mean, I immediately want to go home and do the same thing in my own house. And so seeing my son's bookmarks bar made me want to go home and do that. And having someone show you little tricks that they use motivates me also. And I love learning little things like that. The warning before we start: I don't want you to do this instead of what you have scheduled on your calendar. I want you to do the thing that will bring you the money in your business and use this as a reward. So use organizing your bookmark bar at the end of the day, or do it while you watch a show, take your laptop on the couch and just do it then. Or schedule it on your calendar, but don't do it instead of doing the tasks that will bring you money. Okay, to get started, things to think through. First of all, if you're not even sure, the bookmarks bar is the bar underneath your URL on your website browser. You look at the browser, you see the URL, and I'm just going to talk through what mine looks like. Yours may look different. You can do a Google search. If there's something I say that teach you how to do it that doesn't work, just do a Google search for your type of computer or for the web browser that you're using. I have a Mac and I'm using Google Chrome. So that's how I'll explain it. Try it. If it doesn't work or if it looks differently, just do a quick Google search. Okay, things to think through. What links do you go to regularly? So the bookmarks bar is specifically, for me, I use it to get to sites that I go to often. And to remember, I kind of use it to remember tools or sites that I might need in the future or that I really enjoyed. So those are the ways that I use it. And you can slide around and move things in your bookmarks bar so that when you look at it, the most used items are showing, but you could have a whole list of things below that. And that's what mine looked like. It was so messy. I mean, I had the things I used most across the top, but the names were kind of long, and then there was just this whole list and I'd have to scroll through it. So I just had never taken the time, and having my son show me how he did his was so exciting. So think about what links you go to regularly And then think about categories. So the first step to organizing is to sort. So you could just make some folders and sort everything into those folders. And I'll talk specifics in just a second. And sorting them will then show you, like, what do you want to keep in folders, or what do you even want to have one less thing to click on and have it outside of a folder so that you could just click on the link immediately without having to go into a folder. So I hope that don't let that overwhelm you. We're going to talk specific in just a second. The other thing I wanted to talk about first is why organize this? Like, who cares? Well, first of all, it shouldn't take you that long. I mean, in less than an hour, I think you would be able to have yours organized. If you've never done it before, it might take a little longer if you have to Google and search or watch a video on how to do it. But it's going to save you time. It's going to save you so much time. And then think about clicking, like opening a new tab and typing in the URL that you want to go to. And a lot of times it'll come up if you go to that site often. But clicking and typing 4 letters or the name takes time. And if you go to it often and multiply that times how long it takes, you are going to save so much time. Plus, the other thing, if you save a site that you might use in the future or that you go to not as often, but you still want to be able to find it, it's going to save you the time you're searching for it or looking for it. So that's one reason it saves you time. The other reason is it looks visually appealing. It's beautiful. I love looking up at it. It makes me so happy to look up at it. And I'll share you a secret that helps with that. And then it keeps you focused. Get to it instead of going to search for this site you were on or you need to find and then getting distracted. Have you ever done that? So it keeps you focused. Plus, like, I glance up there and I think, oh yeah, I need to write that email. Maybe I've been avoiding it, but the favicon is up there and I can see it. So the favicon, in case you don't know, is the little icon that is next to the URL in site. So when you go to a site, you'll see the little picture. And so it's the little picture. Okay, so for those reasons, you should organize. It saves you time, it looks visually appealing, and it keeps you focused. And then think about the links you go to regularly and think about the categories that they might fit into. So now let's talk specifics. I always wondered, like, how do you even get to organize them? You go to the URL and then look all the way to the right, and there's 3 dots that stand on top of each other. And if you hover over it, it says customize and control Google Chrome. I scroll down to the word that says bookmarks, and when I hover over that, there's Bookmark Manager. If you are not using Google Chrome or if you have a different type of computer, you can just search how to find Bookmark Manager. And then I click into the Bookmarks Manager and it shows on the left your bookmark bar, and then it shows other bookmarks. And then you might have a whole bunch of things listed and you might have folders in there. Then I just want to share this. To the right, it says search your bookmarks. That's the thing at the top. And to the right, it has 3 dots again stacked on top of each other. And if you click that, that's where you add a new folder. You can add a new bookmark and you can import and export bookmarks. So let's say you're transferring to a different computer or you're transferring to a different web browser. Maybe you import or export bookmarks there. But the thing I use right here is the add new folder. So what you could do is add your categories, add a folder for each category. Remember how I always teach, do business and personal. Add business and personal folders and sort all the bookmarks you have into those 2 categories. You might also have some categories So for me, I have podcast because I had a lot of things I wanted to remember. So if I record my podcast on Zoom with a guest, it's an MP4 and I need to transfer it to an MP3. So I wanted Zamzar is what I used to convert that to an MP3, but I don't want to go look for that. The first 2 times I had to go look for it and I finally saved the URL in my bookmark. I bookmarked it and then now it's in the podcast. I also, in that folder, have a link to my podcast catalog. It's a Google Sheet. I link that in there. I also have a link to my course that I'm in for my podcast. I have an Apple Podcasts Connects Analytics link and Capshow, which I've been playing with. I have that and my podcast SOP. I just added that to the links that I keep in my podcast folder because I go to them all the time. And it's so fun to have that. So I have a podcast folder. Within my business folder, I have subfolders. So I have courses, tools that I use in my business. I have money. So I have in my money folder, I have my W-9 form. I have my accountant's portal. I have Quick Tax, which is our city tax account, which I never remember how to get there. So I'm so excited now it's right there where I need it. And I also have YNAB, which is what I use, and I have a link to that. So anything with money related would go in there. I also have my website, so anything related to my website. I do have a miscellaneous folder, which looking at these things, I could not think of a category to put them in. So I put them in my miscellaneous folder. And then I have a personal folder. So decide and make all your folders and then sort your individual URLs into the folders. That's pretty easy. You just grab them and drag them and hover over the folder and then unclick and it should go into the folder. So again, first step to organizing is to sort. Make the categories and sort into them. If something doesn't fit into a category, like I said, go ahead and have a miscellaneous category. It's totally fine. Once you have everything sorted, all the URLs are sorted into your bookmarks, go ahead and check at the very bottom. Mine has a folder called Other Bookmarks. Go ahead and check in there. I emptied that out. I don't know how they get in that, but I emptied that out. I sorted all the links that were in there into my folders on my bookmarks bar. So I know there's probably some of you out here going, she doesn't even know what she's doing. My bookmarks bar is way better than that. Which please give me more ideas and tell me your secrets because I love it. Okay, once they're all sorted into folders, you might want to have some that are not in the folder, and especially ones that you go to all the time. And I want to share this coolest secret that my son showed me. And that's when you have a link and at the right of it, again, there's those 3 dots that are stacked on top of each other. It says more actions. You click on that and then click edit. So it'll say edit, or you could delete a bookmark. That's how you would delete one if you don't want it there anymore. You can cut, copy, paste, or open it to see what it is. When you click edit, the name of the bookmark is there. And then right under it is the URL, the address. If you know the favicon, delete the entire name that's listed there. Just delete the whole line and then push save. And now the only thing up on your bookmarks bar is that favicon. So for me, I know the sites that I go to, I know what their favicon is. And so I don't want the name because it just takes up so much more space if you have the name. So I have my website. When I go in to edit and add a blog post to my website, I have that. I have my Kajabi icon. I have my Google Drive icon. I have the 2 coaching programs that I'm in and the courses, their icon. I have the dashboard for where I get my stock photos, videos, and all of that. I have Descript. I have ChatGPT now. And then I have a couple other ones. I have all those icons listed first. So they're all so neat and clean and they don't have writing after them. Then I have the 3 business things that I go to most, my Google Sheets. So I have my KPIs that I go to monthly to update. I have my client tracker, and then I have my idea tracker. Then I have the folders. So I have a podcast folder that has all the links to sites I want to go to for my podcast. And then I have my business folder. Now my business folder has the most things in it, but it's stuff that I go to only once in a while or that I just don't need out because I'm not going to it. But remember, you could slide something out and put it up on the bar so you can see the icon. But for now, I have them in there. So I have courses, like all these courses that I had links to, like the suicide prevention course and the positive intelligence course that I took. my email certification course. I had all these links on my bookmarks bar. Now everything is in the courses, and I love having it all there together. And then I have a tools folder under business, and this is how to compress a graphic. It is where I got icons from. It's a headline analyzer. It's a QR code generator. So it's these things that I used once in a while, but I wanted to remember how to find them. So all of the tools that I have, how to make a PDF fillable, all these things, how to map out your funnel, all these links that I have in tools. So now I know I can go straight there. And then I have some other links in there like Facebook ads, Google Analytics, my Acuity, my Stripe, Zapier, several other links in there that have to do with business that I probably go to somewhat regularly. I also had a folder inside business called Business Ideas. So there were actually only 4, but there were 4 links that I didn't know where to put. And they were kind of for ideas if I wanted to share them with somebody or create something from them at one time. So I put that in business ideas. And then, like I said, my money folder. So all that's under business. And then I have the miscellaneous folder, and then I have a personal folder. So that is my bookmarks bar. And before, only 6 fit across the top or 8, and then I would click on the arrow to go down, and there would just be this endless list. I would have to scroll all the way to the bottom to find the most recent one that I bookmarked. And now it's all up at the top. It's organized. It's beautiful because just the favicons show for most of them. And then the rest of the things are in 4 folders. So I am going to record a short video, and I will put the link to that video in the show notes, just showing you exactly what I explained, because I know, especially if you're a visual learner or if you're not that familiar with computer stuff, that it might be kind of confusing. So I'm going to do a screen record, show you everything that I just explained, and then put a picture of my bookmarks bar where that video will be. I hope this has inspired you. I hope it's helpful. Learning the trick of just deleting the name and just having the favicon show is my most exciting secret. And I hope you enjoy that if you didn't already know it. Have a great week. Take time to organize your bookmark bar, but remember, don't do it in place of something you already have on your calendar that will make you money. Thanks for listening to the episode. Please share this episode with your coaching bestie and tag me on Instagram @TracyHoth. And of course, I would be so grateful if you could subscribe and leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. It's the #1 way you can thank me. To thank you, go grab the file naming formula cheat sheet and watch the workshop replay, 3 secrets to organize your digital files. Both are linked in the show notes. Until next time, have a beautiful week.